don't forget, always remember that, if we have problems or evil things that happen in our lives, we can, basically demand, just by talking, the powers that we have, just by voicing yourself and your feelings towards that in any direction, will eliminate any of the darkness out there. And of course, we all have to stay in prayer right now, and we're sending our love and prayers for all our brave veterans out there that are, sacrificing everything right now to clear this evil planet, or this beautiful planet of whatever is evil that's left. Yes, the warriors are all around the globe right now. They're very organized alpha squads around the world, tier 1 operators, Delta Force. We have so many different groups, not to mention the Palladians. The Palladians are out there, and their technologies, is pretty advanced. And but that's why we got the Palladians here. We can thank the Palladians, our Nordics. They're the ones that are taking care of all these viruses and nuclear bullshit, all that stuff. They're okay with. Yeah, I'm well. I'm just, like it says, it's so, it gets so hot, and like it says, when you get rained on, you want to feel the rain, but then you suffer later. Yeah. America matters, Darla, yes. Yes, you bet it does. The Da Vinci Codes, the movie, Knights Templar, yes. Watch it. I don't know if they give a positive review of the Knights Templars, but I'm just reporting that they are kicking ass. Some really they're kicking some Draco ass right now in these dumps, and they're very they're a very talented bunch, and we got to pray for them. It's going to be biblical, yes. I mean, just what we think about what's going to be coming out. Right? About what's going to happen and all the reveals, what they want to reveal, a window. So we don't know. We don't know what they're going to want to disclose for us, but we'll take it. We'll take whatever they want to give us, and if they don't want to hand it out, I'm sure there's going to be really good investigative reporters that'll dig it out of them, such as Carrie Cassidy. She's. And she's a bulldog, and so's I got nothing but praise for all our investigators that are out there digging up and uncovering all this stuff. I mean, including Benjamin Fulford, including Michael Jaco, is what he's done, and and Jaco's moving off. The stuff, he's kind of all over the map right now, which is good because he's covering a lot of off-world stuff that's happening as well. So, and I want to put our prayers out there for James Rink. Apparently he got hit with some kind of maybe heart attack gun or whatever, and he's recovering, but he's not doing very well. He's lost a lot of weight. And like I says, anybody that messages me, I will follow you back, so you can have an open conversation with me if you need any questions answered, and if I can't answer them, I'll certainly get you directed in the right direction. Now, I did a video, brief explanation on the 2002. What I can say, all I can say about that is a tool or an instrument that is attached to the QFS. Okay, it's all in line with the GCR, QFS, NESARA. Okay, yeah, it's all attached, and these are all instruments that are needed to do transactions. We're talking quads of trillions of transactions per second through the quantum financial system. It makes any computer out there look prehistoric. Well, I'm not retired. I mean, I've still got things that I do and stuff like that. What I consider retirement is something that, you do what you love to do, right? And I've always been that fortunate to be able to do the things I want to do in life because I was an independent. I knew how dirty and how corrupt the governments were, or even the big corporations. So I broke away from all that. And, I just started to be an independent, even at a young age. And once I knew the skills of carpentry in 1975, I, quickly advanced and became a structural engineer. Then I was able to, hire out my qualifications. And that took me to Japan for 11 years. Yeah. Yeah, we need the ABS now. I mean, I get it, but hey, listen, aren't we coming up to Thanksgiving? Isn't that what's happening? Yeah, there's lots happening, and maybe in the next couple of days might see some checks flying. I don't know how the commander's laying this thing out. I really don't, but I do know that there's the stuff that we're getting reported right now is there's lots going down, right? There are a lot of dark elements are being eliminated. The Mexican citizens are revolting inside. What Sheinbaum has, what her comments was enough to uprise, give the Mexican civilians an, reason to uprise, okay? And I believe it was, or a congressman that was fighting for the people of Mexico, or people, the citizens of Mexico. He was murdered by the cartel, I believe, and then after that, I believe the Mexicans right now are swarming into the palace inside Mexico right now. And, like I said, I think we need this to happen inside Canada, but, we're going into winter, a really, really shitty time, and, and I just want to give everybody praise and all the patriots that are inside Canada. My fatherland, my motherland, of all my, Canadian patriot brothers and sisters out there, they're doing an excellent job in the conditions that they got. So I get it, but like I said, we're up against a kind of a different tyrannical operation because of the, just because of the situation. Everything's so spread apart, so far and wide. If we were a very, very tiny country, we'd have this thing slammed down a long time ago. But we're dealing with 10 million square miles. 10 million square miles inside Canada. It's not an easy task. Are the beds coming soon? The beds are already out and rolling, Monica, and they're already recording activity, and I guess they're going to be rolling that out and showing that through the EBS. How you doing, Don? Is it really going to happen? Yes, yes, yes. I mean, what I was only whispering before, and I was getting scolded by every person on the planet, 5, 6, 7 years ago, is now, people are starting to resonate with my old videos. So, yeah, it's good. And the capitulation from the dark side of these elements they are capitulated and surrendering, on a daily basis. Welcome, Texas. How's Maddie doing? Does Canada really have a queen? I don't know. You're talking about Queen Romano? I mean, she says a lot of good words and stuff like that. I mean, there's some things that are going on there that I don't resonate, and I haven't agreed with it, so I haven't been following her. Until she is recognized by the Commander-in-Chief of the U.S. Republic, or he acknowledges her, through any type, whether it be social media or on the mainstream media, I'm not going to recognize her. When will the EBS start? I believe probably maybe around Christmas time. Yeah. Sagittarius, yeah. Yeah, and I will get a tablet if I have to. I'll go out and buy a tablet and see if I can get better reading on this. And I was going to get one today, but I didn't have time yesterday to go and check anything out. But, and then of course I need something better to set this thing up here. But hang in there, family. I'm getting myself organized. Do you know any honest humanitarian projects for seniors overseas? Lots. There'll be a list. I believe then when you go in to the redemption centers, and it's always good, like it says, it might look like a bank, but it's probably turned into a redemption center, and it's always good to ask them if they are a redemption center, okay? But, you know, at that time, you can present your humanitarian project, whatever you want to do, and then if that, once you present that on a, you know, one piece of paper, keep it, you know, summarize it, keep it nice and clear, you will be put into another category, or that particular category that has relation with your humanitarian project, because there's going to be lots of people wanting to do maybe the same thing that you do. And overseas, yes, there's lots of stuff going, you know, it's going to be going worldwide, and that's why they're going to get this money directed into the right hands, and there will be a lot of maybe military, maybe well-rehearsed, intelligent assistance to help everybody out there guide their way through this maze, this new world that we're going to be walking into, because this is a complete financial restructuring of the whole world, not just, you know, people that, you know, we have to remember, we've been, you know, under these tax laws, we've been, you know, basically kept broke and, you know, put in this mind frame of survival. And, you know, you're going to go from that to, you know, to instant wealth. And you're going to need guidance through that. So there are going to be a lot of, you know, humanitarian people out there helping you do humanitarian work. I hope that made sense. Yes, after the EBS, we're going to be like it's going to be brand new, whole brand new world. Yep. A lot of stuff is coming down now. How you doing from Norway? Yes. Well, we're glad we found you, Wildflower. Yes, I get it. There's a lot of people. Like I say, the family that we have now is a soul family. We are connected through our spiritual beliefs. We resonate with each other through our spiritual frequencies. Okay? That's what's happening here. I've got 5 brothers and sisters, right? Because just the way our family was, you know, spawn, whatever, and none of them resonate with me. So, I mean, everybody's in the same, you know, it's very, very, sometimes you'll get a mom and dad that'll resonate, maybe, you know, and you're working on them, they are kind of waking up, maybe, you know, and you're kind of dropping seeds for them. But, you know, like it says, we'll see what happens after the full, you know, 10 days of darkness with the EBS of these 8-hour of full disclosure, and we'll see how many people wake up at that point. If they are not woken up or have awakened by then they are an NPC, and they will have to be re-educated and possibly put into medbeds to have their minds wiped so they can be refilled in a spiritual fashion. Yeah, we are a very, very unique movement, and the Space Force, the NSA, knows exactly who we are. Okay, they know everything about you, and we're all going to have, you know, it's not like we're not going to be monitored. Sure, you know, they're going to still watch and monitor how we spend the monies on the other side, but maybe that's why they're, you know, starting to, you know, call these checks that they're giving out, like for the seniors first, you know, going from 2,000, you know, to maybe 5 or 6 or 7,000, starting with these checks like that, and then of course those checks for everybody out there. They're just watching how the money is going to be spent by all the good people and the good freedom fighters out there, the patriots out there, and how they're going to conduct themselves. I hope that made sense. But this is basically this is a things are unfolding every day. Okay, things are unfolding every day, and it's always being put in the right direction. I mean, the commander, I have the total utmost faith in what the alliance is doing right now, and there's a lot of things that are not being said because we're in a time of war. The commander-in-chief is a wartime president, and he's going to hand that baton off to I'm thinking it's going to be John F. Kennedy Jr. John F. Kennedy Jr. He has promised to continue on what his father's dream was, and he is bound and determined. There is many clones out there being literally melting on their escape routes because their adrenochrome drips are being cut. We are dealing with a war of the clones. This is like Star Wars, the movie Star Wars, being played all over again. This is absolutely bizarre. Yes, NESARA and NESARA has already started. I mean, they've already started like years ago. People were getting their student loans taken care of, their credit cards taken off, some mortgages in some special areas were being canceled out. They're doing this to, methodically, and do it in little phases here and there, covertly, so it doesn't create a whole bunch of hysteria. You have to understand, if they were to do things right away, can you imagine the hysteria that it's going to be, that it would create with people? And they don't want to do that. It's like they introduce like a new phone. Okay, well, the new phone's on the shelf, but they're not, they might do a little bit of advertising here and there, but it takes time for humanity to, say, okay, I'm going to get rid of this phone and move on to this phone, and this is how they're doing it. Humanity does not move fast. It just doesn't. And unfortunately, not as fast as us. How are we supposed to believe the white hats are in control when we don't see justice? Well, we are seeing justice. We just have to dig a little bit deeper for that roaring scribe. Okay, we have to do a little bit of research ourselves. There's, you can go to listen to drops that are happening. Listen to people like Michael Jaco. There's so many. I'm not just always plugging him. I'm plugging everybody out there that has any type of understanding of what's going on. Charlie Ward, Dr. Charlie Ward, Nick Vinyaman, Scott McKay, Kerry Cassidy, and I can go through the names. I did it before. I should look back in my old books. There was a whole list of people. Even Eli Weber is popping stuff off. I mean, all these investigators that are out there have connections with other, even Sherry Ray, and Santa Surfing. All these people have connections with military sources to have the drops. Okay, now you, Roaring Scribe, might not have that same connection. Okay, you're relying on, whatever's popping off in the social media, and maybe you're not getting quite connected with the real sources that are happening. So what I would suggest, start get into Rumble for starters, and start going after and asking questions, or start resonating with the people that you feel you can resonate with, because there's no shortage of truth tellers out there that are on social media.